Thank you LEGO for sending this set for review. How to Train Your Dragon fans finally have a LEGO set specifically catered to their love for the franchise, or more recently the live-action reboot, but does it live up to the challenge? I'm a fan myself, so rest assured I have a lot to say about it. The model is a chibi-like version of Toothless, the Night Fury dragon, with a disproportionately big head when compared to the much smaller scaled body. That much is clear when you compare this to an image of the character. The expression on the face was very well captured though, the overall happy smiley face with the tongue sticking out, resting on a turntable element allowing some movement there, same with the lower jaw connected on hinges making it possible to open it. The eyes, relatively simple brick-built builds, are very expressive with just a print for the eye tile there and a curved slope for some of its scales on the nose section, same as the ones used on top of the front paws. The face is attached to the body with a ball joint that allows it to be turned ever so slightly to the sides for a bit more expression, while the neck section on a turntable has a much bigger range of movement. Too much even, because due to the weight of the head section, the 4x4 turntable element underneath doesn't provide too much clutch, making it so that it can move a bit too freely when handling the model, at least to me. The axolotl type gills or ears, depending on how you look at them, can also be adjusted. The rest of the squeezed down body shape looks okay for the type of build it's going for, with the tiny limbs with claws sticking out, some scales on its back, tiny wings, and the tail, both of which are not locked in place with a bit of room to move. The tail prosthetic Toothless has is a reference to the second animated film of the franchise, if we judge by the logo there, the horned skull, if you look at it upside down. Another of the set's prints, which is great, as this product has no stickers at all somehow. If you're somewhat familiar with the movies, you'll know the dragon is often ridden by the human character Hiccup, the reason why the model has a built-in saddle going around it all. Better seen in the neck area with some of its straps going around the body and front limbs in shades of brown and grey. While not necessarily in scale, it would have been cool to see a Hiccup minifigure to go alongside the model, I think. The extras the model does have are Toothless's Plasma Breath, a simple build using an element I don't recognize you can attach to the clip inside the dragon's mouth for a different display option, or if you fancy him handling some food, a fish build with yet another printed element for the face that can replace the tongue. However, I still prefer looking at it with the tongue sticking out between the teeth. 785 pieces, no stickers in favor of printed elements, and an IP license slapped in there are usually the ingredients for an overpriced LEGO set. Yet something I would be expecting to retail for $80 or $90 will actually be sold by $70, which is honestly really impressive if you know how LEGO pricing usually works and you've seen enough of my reviews. On top of that, while the build itself wasn't something out of this world, still was fun to put together building techniques-wise, as it had a few inspired moments, especially with the execution of the face design, or how the front legs use some clever triangulation to rest at an angle. And if you like the cutesy chibi style of the build and are a fan of How to Train Your Dragon, this LEGO Toothless set might be perfect for you. For me personally, as a huge fan of the franchise, it is not. If you've watched the review closely up until now, you will realize I got nothing but praise to give to the model. It was designed really well, value for money is there, and it features prints over stickers, which is incredibly rare to see these days in LEGO sets. Yet there is a but at the end of the day, and a big one for me personally. There is a huge disconnect between the cutesy look of the model and the age marking on the box. Like, why is this an 18+ model? The complexity of the build doesn't warrant the age rating, nor does its piece count. Simba, or even the recent 18+ 101 Dalmatians model, for both of those reasons can fit the bill. Yet the buildable Stitch that is super close in size, aesthetic and overall vibe, especially when you see both models side by side, was age marked 9+, so you can kinda see where I'm going at, right? If this were to be an 18+ product, LEGO should have gone for accuracy when comparing the model to the character of the franchise, increasing its size, making it closer to that of the Dalmatian model for instance, and dropping the cutesy look altogether. I really wouldn't mind if there was an age marking between 9 and 12 in the box, but as it stands, I really don't see what makes this LEGO Toothless a model for adults. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.